student athletes, coaches, and officials honoring America with the singing national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red light, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Killed it. Awesome. Being cold and everything. Great job. Right?
It'll be warmer at the Super Bowl.
Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the Dolphins. And guard of 5'4", junior from Staten Island, number 4, Megan McEwen.
No, she's not. That's it.
And guard, the 5'7" freshman from the Bronx, number 10, Jada Rodriguez. And forward, 5'9" senior from Staten Island, number 13, Diana Kodaro. And forward, a 5'9" junior from Staten Island, number 14, Brianna Polisky. And at forward, a 6-foot sophomore from Staten Island, number 25, Emma Sugar. Head coach of the Dolphins in second year is Nicole Sankovic, and the assistant coaches Kelsey Carey, Christina Casaduro, and Christina Rubin. Now tonight's starting lineup for the Bearcats. And forward, 5'6" sophomore from Long Beach, number 40, Caitlin Rivera. And guard, a 5'3" junior from Pine Plains, number 3, Francis Snyder. And forward, a 5'7" junior from the Bronx, number 15, Daniela Zerpolo. And guard, a 5'6" junior from Staten Island, number 25, Melinda Spayou. And at guard, a 5'6" senior from Queens, number 20, Samira Ahmed. Bearcats head coach in his second year, Michael Petrosis. The assistant coaches, Olivia Colbert and Kristen Podlovitz. Baruch, the NCAA and CUNY promote good sportsmanship by all student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting everyone in a positive manner. Please be reminded that consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages and tobacco products is prohibited. No one is allowed to play in court at any time, and the use of artificial noisemakers, ear horns, and electronic amplifiers is not permitted. Thank you and enjoy tonight's game.
Did I hear something about a number?
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another doubleheader here at the Arc Arena, where your women's basketball team is taking on the College of Staten Island.
No, I said.
This marks the first non-conference meeting between Baruch and College of Staten Island, as they've recently made the transition to Division II.
Okay.
And we're just about underway here, as former Dolphin Daniela Zerpolo will take the tip. I'm here joined by John Neves, Sports Information Director. And we are underway. CSI wins the tip, and they'll get it started here. Pull-up jumper, no good for CSI. Loose rebound, Francis Snyder able to corral it. She'll push it up, resettle the offense. She'll drive in. Pull-up, no good off glass.
Brian, it's good to be back here. Just wanted to make sure some things were set up here with our video equipment.
Sure.
First off, welcome back.
Thank you.
Here we go, Bearcats versus the College of Staten Island.
And that three ball from McEwen is no good. Rebounded by Spayou. She'll push it up.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Staten Island. This is their final year in the CUNY Athletic Conference. Daniela Zerpolo. Great job. Bearcats up early, 2-0.
So, John, can you explain the transition between D3 and D2 as Staten Island is getting moved up.
Yeah, so long story short, Staten Island has decided to move up to Division II. They are currently going through a reclassification project. And basically what that means is in this summer, next year, they got to do various things. So this year, they're kind of like almost like in purgatory. They are playing a CUNYAC schedule, but the games in conference do not count. And they are playing games both against Division II and Division III schools, so they essentially have an overall record. I believe in CUNY, I know this was the case at cross country, and I believe this will be the case at swimming. Only individually can someone medal. But as far as team championships, they are not eligible this year. And, of course, Del Joan Queens College, another CUNYAC, CUNY member school, excuse me. That's going to be Division II. And, hey, they've got a lot of smart people at the College of Staten Island. They got a terrific campus.
Yeah,
the whole borough of Staten Island's behind them.
And speaking of Staten Island, no good there. As Spyu able to convert on the floater, but just a little bit too late. When the Spyu a native Staten Island. Yeah,
a lot of Staten Island here tonight. Hopefully they didn't bring their toll.
Yes.
$17 or $18 they play. Hope they don't bring that down here. So, yeah, they're moving, and right now they're just going through the process. But obviously a very big move, tied 2-2.
And that's good from Diana Tadaro.
And there's a transition. There's going to be a little bumps. There's going to be a little growing pains. But I think, again, at the end of the day, they'll be fine. And we'll see. We'll see how they, how things go. But tonight,
absolutely,
the Bearcats have a few injuries, so they are a little shorthanded. But tonight it's about going out there and playing for the W and the overall record.
Of course, always a little bit of a rivalry when you're talking Baruch and College of Staten Island. Regardless of the classification, I think you're going to see that out on the field. And here's Zerpolo. Layup no good. Gets her own rebound. Dishes back out to Rivera, to Snyder, to Ahmed. Zerpolo in the corner. Back out to Snyder. Here's Spyu. Francis Snyder, long two in the corner, and it is good.
Bearcats are going to need that tonight from their scorer. She, of course, hit the winning shot to beat John Jay. She's a scorer. She knows how to put it in the back of the net.
And that one is good from Brianna Rubisky. That's going to be a 3-ball. Dolphins take the lead 5-4, 6:35 remaining. Here's Rivera at the top. She'll give her to Zerpolo. Samir Ahmed drives, going for an up and under, and they're going to ring her up with a charge. Diana Tadaro planting her feet and taking the charge for CSI. McEwen will take the ball up for the Dolphins. Tadaro in the paint. Dish back out. Off front rim, rebounded Spyu. And she will push it up for the Bearcats. Hand it off to Ahmed. She drives, up and under, layup no good. Rebounded by CSI. Quick transition there for the Dolphins. Tadaro's layup's good, and CSI is going to call a timeout. This will be it's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in a few moments. And we are back underway here at the Arc Arena. CSI leading the Bearcats 7-4 as Melinda Spyu takes it up all the way. Dish it off to Zerpolo. Looks like she got blocked a little bit there. Tadaro going a full court pass. And that is good from Jada Rogers. looking like a quarterback pass there. Spayu answers back with one of her own as she'll go to Zerpolo. Again, to mention, John, Danielle Zerpolo formerly played for CSI, so she has a little bit of experience. And that'll be a Baruch timeout coming in from Mike Catrozo's bench. So we'll be back in another 30. Stay with us. Quick timeout there. Francis Snyder will inbound to Samira Ahmed at the top. She's going to call out whatever play Coach Catrozo's drew up over the timeout. She'll drive, looking for a shot, dish back to Rivera. Spayu, 2 seconds left on the shot clock. She's blocked by Rubisky, and they're going to call a shot clock violation on Baruch. Dolphins up 9-4. That'll bring in Millie Yee for Samira Ahmed. 4:49 remaining here in the first quarter. McEwen takes it past the timeline, given to Rubisky in the corner, back to McEwen, out to Rogers. Fed to Tadero on the inside. Nice move there. Rubisky, corner three, and she drains that home. 12-4 lead now for CSI.
Yeah, Bearcats are going to have to come out a little bit more on defense. They can score a lot of points, Staten Island.
Yeah, Bearcats finding themselves in a position that they really haven't too much throughout this season. Here's Francis Snyder.
In and out. Ouch.
In and out. Rebounded to Darrow. Same thing. That seems to be the approach. Those full court passes to really break down the Bearcats in transition. And Jada Rogers was fouled. So if you're Coach Trozos, you got to make a little bit of an adjustment there, almost have somebody trailing back to counteract those full court, almost quarterback-esque passes.
Yeah, these are the time of the year when you really have to dot your I's and cross your T's and get everything right, because pretty much after tonight, it's really all CUNY games.
Yeah.
Bearcats, the goal is to finish top 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, definitely out to a good start within the overall and CUNYAC records. Bearcats coming into this one at 11-3, 5-2 CUNYAC. So big improvement from years past, and still really young team here. So a lot of room for even more development, and we're seeing a lot of improvement this year out of this squad.
Yeah, the Bearcats are in a bit of a rebuild mode, but I think this year they're a little bit ahead of schedule by looking at the win. But it's, CUNY's going to be tough this year. John Jay beat Hunter the other day. Bearcats have both Hunter and Brooklyn coming here. Hunter, of course, part of the Battle of Lex in about 2 weeks from tonight, or 2 weeks from tomorrow. And then, of course, we still got to go to John Jay. So still a lot of tough basketball to be played.
Of course. And Spyu's going to get rung up with the charge there. I don't necessarily know that I agree with that call, but nonetheless, CSI will regain possession.
Yeah, I think that was I think the player, she got in the right spot and she was waiting for it.
It's a good play on CSI's behalf there. But unfortunately, I just think not enough contact to necessarily warrant that call. And now the Bearcats find themselves in a tough position, trailing by 10.
Yeah, I think if somebody has watched Melinda many times, they know she likes to do that move.
Yeah. And
I think if somebody knew that about her, they might not have made that call because they realize that's kind of what she does.
Of course.
But in this case, we got some new faces here today.
Yep.
And again, it's that's what they called. That's what they called.
Here's Tadero off glass. No good. Rebounded Spayu. Tripped up a little bit. Handed off to Val Michi. To Daniela Zerpolo, back to Spayu. Spayu looking for a lane. Good defense there by Jada Rogers. Millie Yee will go back to Zerpolo in the corner. She'll pull up. Offside rim, no good. Rebounded CSI. Again, looking for that full court pass, this time intercepted by Spayu. Millie Yee to Valamichi. Pump fake.
In and, just rolled in. kind of spinned around the
pretty
net.
good ball movement there from the Bearcats. Melinda Spyu almost causing a steal there. And actually, the Bearcats will regain possession. So, nice steal there by Melinda Spyu.
Yeah, and just going back to Staten Island going Division II, you got Wagner Division I on the island. So, Staten Island, of course, got a lot of good athletes, particularly in the sports of baseball and softball.
Yep.
They've got great facilities at Staten Island. So, now they're going to be really competing with a lot of schools that are on par with them with facilities.
Absolutely, and that's almost uncharacteristic for a lot of the CUNYAC schools when you're talking, most of us are city campuses, not much of that traditional campus feel, but then when you get to the College of Staten Island, they really have that infrastructure to accommodate a reclassification. So definitely hats off to them in their transition up to the Division II level, as Spyu will take it down the court, looking for a scoop layup, and she's fouled.
Melinda today had the takeover for the women's basketball Instagram account. So we got a chance to learn a little bit about her. I think right now the plan is Daniela Zerpolo will be next for Friday.
Yeah, nice little feature you got going there out of the sports information department.
Yeah, we're going to be – too bad we didn't do it when you were a baseball player.
Yeah.
We had you doing it one night.
I did my fair share helping out.
Yeah, no, you did plenty. Believe me, for sports information, thank you.
Of course.
But we're going to be doing that. We're going to get men's volleyball going, and we're going to get, just kind of show more personality.
Yeah, a little different perspective there. Get to see the front lines out of the student athletes, so I'm excited to see. Spyu good on both there. CSI will look to answer back. Tadaro fed in the post. Ball rolling around on the rim, no good. Millie Yee in the corner. Valmichi to Samir Ahmed. Nice move there by Ahmed. Unfortunately, no shot there. Zerpolo, float pass. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Spyu rolls off the screen. She's going to have to take it herself. She's blocked by Rubisky. No call. So now Baruch will maintain possession with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:14 remaining here in the first quarter.
Bearcats need a basket here.
And coming off the inbound, John, they're really just going to have to find an open defender and throw up a quick shot to try to not commit the shot clock violation. Valmichi's blocked there. And CSI commits a turnover in transition. Lucky break there for Baruch as they'll hope to capitalize on that turnover. You want to see them maybe take a little bit of higher percentage shots. It seemed like they're settling a little bit as Millie Yee's in the corner, and she brings that one home. We've seen year in, year out, Millie Yee is definitely a shooter as well. So it's definitely one of the looks you wanted in that offensive drive there.
Yeah, well, Millie plays an important role off the bench.
Yep.
They need someone to come off the bench and put in points and play that extra defense and come into the game and just from the minute contribute, bring intensity.
Absolutely.
And that's what Millie does, and she's done a good job.
Long three there from Arvello. No good, and the Bearcats will get the ball back. 19.4 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Bearcats will look to run a play.
Coach Catrozo's calling out his play. Spyu gives it to Millie Yee, who goes cross court. Valmichi looking to drive baseline. And it's going to go back to CSI. 3.6 left. Full court. Half court shot from Rubisky. No good. And after 1 quarter of play, CSI is leading Baruch 14-8. We'll be back in a few minutes. Stay with us.
unfortunately.
We are back underway in the second quarter here. Municipality will get it started for Baruch. Hand off to Samir Ahmed. Serpolo dribbles out. Long pass to Spayu. Spayu looking for a lane, guarded by Jada Rogers. Goes for a cutting Millie Yee. Bearcats able to hold on to this one. Millie Yee, long two in the corner.
Nice.
Rings it home once again.
Good job, Millie.
Millie Yee, a little bit of a hot hand here for Baruch.
She interned with the Liberty this summer, as did, of course, you did in media relations.
Yep.
And,
yeah, really good experience for a lot of the players.
oh, yeah, I think.
Millie, the Rivera sisters, Valamici as well. So a lot of good experience for some of the underclassmen to get in with the New York Liberty. Liberty, of course, making the move to Brooklyn, which will be good to see this year.
Yeah, I went to see a game last year at Westchester, and it was nice. They were playing L.A., which I know is one of the marquee teams in the league. But I think going to Brooklyn and being closer to the city is going to do them well.
Absolutely.
But I enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was good having you there. CSI fighting the shot clock there. No basket. As they'll get called for the violation. And Baruch will regain possession. Now only a 4-point deficit.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity now because Staten Island's just very good. They've beaten up on some good CUNY schools. And this is one of those games where you get to measure up yourself against a much better team.
Yeah, it's a really good test.
Looking at some of the stats from the first half, Brianna Rubisky has got 6 points.
Both on 3 balls.
Yeah, and then the Bearcats basically got 2 points each in the first from Snyder's or Polo, Spayu, and Millie Yee. And then Millie Yee hitting the jumper this half, and that's where we stand, 14-10.
Yeah, so you're seeing a lot of spread in that score sheet. And here's Francis Snyder.
In and out, just rolls in and out.
And that's the shot you want if you're Francis Snyder. What you don't want is that foul out of Samir Ahmed there. Caitlin Rivera will check back in.
Last year, of course, the Bearcats had a very exciting game here, beating Staten Island on a last-second shot, which I think was one of the signature wins that's shown how the program has really come back.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're talking definitely across the board, one of the younger programs across college basketball, when you had your eldest player as far as experience and letters with Baruch was Melinda Spayu last year as a sophomore. So you don't typically see that, but again, it really just means that there's that much more room for development, and you're seeing that this year.
Yeah, most of the players are back next year. Like I said, if they can continue and try to finish in the upper half of the standings, big improvement over last year, that'd be a lot of fun to see.
Absolutely. Kayla Schmitter, good on both. She'll give the Dolphins a 6-point lead here. Dolphins pressing pretty hard, trying to break down Baruch in transition, able to get it past the timeline. Here's Francis Snyder at the top. Looking for a little bit of separation. She drives baseline, goes to Spayu with the bounce pass. Spayu now drives. She'll go to Rivera, back to Snyder. Snyder, NBA 3. Rolls out, but offensive rebound by Daniela Zerpolo. Possession stays with Baruch.
Yeah, Daniela had 15 rebounds in her last game against Lehman.
Here's Millie Yee.
Oh, nice.
And she knocks that one home. That's going to be a long two. One of those shots that are right on the edge. Schmitter in the post, no good. Rebounded Spayu. Long two from Spayu, no good. Rebound McEwen. Dished out to Rogers. Rogers looking baseline. Goes back to McEwen. Nice spin there on that layup. Able to convert on that. Danielle Zerpolo pretty much has a wide open lane there. Took a little bit of hesitation, and she's blocked by Schmitter.
Yeah, but she wasn't scared to go up. Nice
No.
job. Yeah, Daniela's good for a double-double almost every game. She missed a double-double by 1 point.
Really, really key piece for this Bearcats team on both sides of the ball, John.
I was actually joking around with her last game. I said, look, double-double's a double-double. She's like, well, I had 15 rebounds. I said, yeah, but you only scored 9 points.
Yeah.
That's the way it is in the real world. When you make an agreement,
of course,
got to follow it to the letter.
But yeah, Zerpolo, big transfer coming out of CSI. Great move there by Francis Snyder.
Yeah, a lot of great individual effort for the Bearcats.
Yeah.
Staying close, 18-4.
You really saw, John, a reinvigorated roster when you're talking those midseason transfers last season with Zerpolo and Snyder, who we mentioned on that last possession. Wide open look for Tadaro.
Nice play there by Staten Island.
Able to create a separation, finds a wide open lane, and Tadaro finishes off glass. Once again, 6-point lead for CSI.
That's what's dangerous about letting other teams get on a run because, the Bearcats have really been playing well the last 10 minutes, but, they're still down 6 because of that run.
Here's Zerpolo, and that's a 3-ball from downtown. Daniela Zerpolo making her presence felt here at the Arc Arena. And Spayu once again pulls away with the steal there, John. Slowing it down here. Now up and over.
Nice. Yeah, and it counts.
Count the basket, and Spayu will go to the line for the 3-point play. Great move there by Melinda Spayu to go over the defender, finish into contact. Now she'll have the opportunity to tie this game here, John.
Yeah, great play. Again, doing her move to the basket, and Bearcats are really doing very well. It's been they have literally the last 10 minutes, it's been all them. I think Staten Island started off much better.
Yeah.
But I think in these last 10 minutes, especially with Millie Yeek scoring those baskets, Bearcats have really gone toe-to-toe with Staten Island.
Yeah, she's been quite the spark plug. And one opportunity for Spayu. That one no good for CSI. Zerpolo will push it up past half court.
Yeah, and the Bearcats doing that with injuries tonight and still playing well. Just says a lot about the depth and how some of these players are stepping up.
Absolutely, and depth has been an issue in years, in maybe last season where you had to almost rely on only 5 or 6 players. But now when you're talking one of the primary scorers going down and this Bearcats offense still firing on what seems to be all cylinders, that's a really good testament to your depth and ability to overcome adversity. Tadaro gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and that is good.
Yeah, she followed her shot. And she had the lane to do it.
Yep.
There's got to be somebody in that lane to grab that ball.
But yeah, good second effort there by Diana Tadaro. Here's Caitlin Rivera. Jumper off back rim. No good. Rebound Tadaro. McEwen giving to Schmitter at the top. Back over to Verbisky. Verbisky looking for a lane. Takes a lot of contact there. I don't know who the foul's going to be on. It looks like she went into 4 Bearcat defenders. This one's going to go to Caitlin Rivera as her sister Emily will check in for her.
Looking at their roster, 8 players from the borough of Staten Island on. And then they even have a player from San Francisco, number 22, Lena Bitar.
Rubisky good on the first. Also, Deirdre Foster checking in for the Dolphins with 4:12 remaining here in the second quarter. CSI now has a 4-point lead as Rubisky's good on both. That'll also bring in Jada Rogers as she'll step out. CSI pressing, and they force a turnover on Baruch. Spyu's going to commit the loose ball foul there. Pretty easy to read from this angle. A little bit tougher when you're the inbounder, but you saw CSI essentially crashing Francis Snyder there on that inbound. Not much you could do there. Foster will inbound for the Dolphins, given to Tadaro in the corner, back up to McEwen. Foster works down Millie Yee off glass, and it's good. Coach Trozos calling a timeout. Look to regroup here. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll be back in 1 minute.
Back to action here. And a bad pass. The Bearcats turn it over. So Staten Island on a 6-0 run. Bearcats were playing very well, but these last few minutes things have gone the other way, and now Staten Island leading by 6.
Yeah, you see CSI applying a lot of pressure to the Bearcats in their own end, and Baruch has unfortunately been able to really work out of it for the past few minutes. Nice pass there from Arvello to Tadero. Once again, pretty uncontested look as she's able to finish. CSI brings a press once again. Another basket for Tadero, making it look pretty easy here. Zerpolo, she'll dribble past the press. Giving to Spayu. Valmichi to Millie Yee. Creating a little bit of separation. 3-ball from Francis Snyder, no good. Offensive rebound, Millie Yee. Nice pass to find a cutting Melinda Spayu off glass and good. Finally answering back to what seems to be a never-ending CSI run in Baruch's own half.
Yeah, stopped the 10-0 run on that one with that layup.
Arvello off the screen. Long two there as she rings it home. Francis Snyder dribbling past the press. Millie Yee, wide open three.
Nice.
Count the 3-ball for Millie Yee. Second of the game. On top of 2 long 2-balls, John. So a lot of good shooting here in the first half from Millie Yee. And let's see what the call is here. We call a blocking foul on Millie Yee. That is the 5th team foul, so that will send Gina Rogers to the line. It's going to be 2 shots here. High arcing shot, good on the first.
Bearcats after tonight will be back home again here on Friday night playing CCNY. And then on Monday, they'll be going out to Jersey City for the makeup game against the Gothic Knights that was postponed back in December.
NJCU. Tadero backing down Zerpolo. Dish back out to Arvello. Arvello dribbles in. Back to Tadero. She feeds Foster on the inside. Nice move there by Foster. Again, CSI looking to trap Francis Snyder in the corner. She's able to break it down with a nice pass to Samira Ahmed. Giving back to Snyder. Dribbling it up. And it's going to stay with Baruch. Again, it looks like CSI is almost working on their press, their trap here, John, and Baruch really hasn't had too much of an answer for it, only able to break it down a few times. Spyu's going to find Ahmed at the top. She calls out the play. Shot clock winding down, single digits here. 5 seconds left. Valmichi settling for a shot there, but offensive rebound by Samira Ahmed, so the Bearcats will maintain possession.
Yeah, good rebound. The Bearcats needed that one. Try to keep this alive.
Spyu calling out the play. Once again, fighting the shot clock. 5 seconds remaining. Looking to roll off the Samira Ahmed screen. Backing down her defender. Loses the ball, and that's going to be a shot clock violation for the Bearcats.
Yeah, tough one. She just kind of lost her footing and went down.
Yeah, looking to back down her defender there. Put on a post move and unfortunately lost her footing, which of course will get CSI the ball back. McEwen taking past the timeline. 1:08 remaining here in the second quarter. Arvelo feeds Tadaro. Tadaro looking to make a nice pass for cutting Jada Rogers. Just a little bit wide there. And Baruch will get the ball back.
1 minute.
Linda Spyu able to use her speed to break down that one. Pull-up jumper. Too hard off glass. Just a little bit of an unsettled shot there. Tadaro will go to Rogers. Layup is good. And CSI is really putting on a clinic here as far as forcing turnovers with the press. It's going to be a foul on Foster. Baruch will inbound from the baseline. 41 seconds remaining. Francis Snyder in the corner. Giving back to Millie Yee up top. Valmichi.
Nice.
Nice shot there out of Valmichi.
Bearcats have had some good outside shots. They're really maturing in that part of their game.
Absolutely. Really nice move there, too, by Val to create a little bit of separation off the dribble and knock that one down. Here's McEwen. She loses her dribble, able to corral it, but not before she stepped out of bounds. So Baruch will have the ball back with 6.4 remaining here in the half. Francis Snyder dribbling around. Millie Yee, long three.
Good!
Millie Yee. Count that one. All the way past the NCAA logo. Nearly a half-court three to take this one into half. Nice momentum swing from the Bearcats. Letting know CSI is not going to have an easy one here.
Forget about watching the Laker game at the Garden. You got the scoring here tonight from Millie Yee. Nice job.
So we'll be back in 15 minutes. Stay with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of action here at the Arc Arena between your Baruch College Bearcats and the Dolphins of Staten Island. A lot of back and forth basketball in that first quarter. CSI, of course, came away with the 7-point lead, but Baruch made a few plays that really were momentum changers, including that.
Oh, nice block.
Good defense there by Zerpolo. 3-ball, McEwen knocks it down. Almost a desperation three there, John, with the shot clock winding down at that 1 second mark. McEwen able to keep her composure and knock down a pivotal three for the Dolphins to create a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, that's tough. You know, you kind of you had a nice block on the play and everything. They still score.
Yeah. Samir Ahmed, long two, off front rim. No good. Rubisky will push it up for the Dolphins. McEwen, make it another three-pointer. 2 consecutive 3-balls from Megan McEwen as Coach Strozos will call a timeout and try to slow this CSI offense down. Dolphins leading 43-30. Back in action here. Espaio will push it up for the Bearcats. She finds a cutting Zerpolo. Full court pass, and Zerpolo's fouled on her way up. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Caitlin Rivera checking in for Samir Ahmed. And Zerpolo good on the second.
Bearcats just need a few stops. They need to hit a few baskets to try to keep this within striking distance. We kind of all knew that it was going to be a tough game coming in tonight.
Yeah, it really did. So it's a good test for this team at this point in the season when they're really going to hit the home stretch in their schedule. Melissa Espaio forcing another turnover. And they're going to call a double dribble on Millie Yee in transition. Easy to get a little too excited there. Kuhn will take it back up for the Dolphins. Giving to Rogers, fed to Tadaro. Tadaro puts a nice move in the post. And once again, gets another basket for the Dolphins. As Baruch will look to answer back. Daniela Zerpolo. Looked like a 3-ball there. It's rimmed out. Jada Rogers looking for Tadaro. And that one's going to go back to the Bearcats. CSI kind of rushed that possession a little bit in transition.
Taking a look in the stats at halftime, Millie Yee with 12 points. Diana Tadaro of Staten Island also has 12 points in terms of leading the team scores here tonight. Linda Espaio, 7 points and 7 rebounds.
Baruch able to break down that press. Zerpolo rolling off from her pass from Espaio. Off both rims, no good. This one will go back to McEwen. McEwen goes to Rubisky. Rogers in the corner, long 2. Off front rim, rebounded Espaio. She'll take it up. Looking for a little bit of separation off McEwen here. Francis Snyder looking for a shot. Millie Yee in the corner. Once again, knocks it home. Millie Yee hot hand here for the Bearcats.
Oh, that is such a good sign. You know, sometimes when you get hot, you do that, and then, you know, a long break like a halftime kind of breaks it up, but she continues. So good job by Millie.
Let's see what the call is here. They're going to call a travel. Almost a premature call, as Daniela Zarpolo didn't necessarily have possession. As she will check out, Samir Ahmed will replace her. CSI will get the ball back. And again, they're going to really look to have to stop Diana Tadaro down low. She's been putting on a clinic in the paint. Floater from McEwen, no good. And they're going to call the foul on Tadaro. Spayu inbound to Ahmed, back to Spayu. Bearcats doing a better job of breaking down that CSI press as she hands it off to Francis Snyder. Samir Ahmed now at the top, looking to create a little bit of movement. Millie Yee rolling off the ball screen. Samir Ahmed, pump fake, driving.
That was like a hot potato the ball at that time.
Definitely a hot potato moment there. As Tadaro intercepts that pass, she takes it the length of the court, passes it to Jada Rogers, and Rogers is ultimately fouled. So Rogers will go to the line to shoot two.
As we mentioned earlier, the Bearcats after tonight get right back to the conference schedule. They play Friday night here against CCNY. And then right after, a really big game on the schedule. It's a nice Saturday afternoon game for anybody that wants to go see the game, maybe take the kids, and that'll be the game on Saturday, February the 1st at John Jay. But before that, though, next Monday night, they'll be crossing the river over to New Jersey City to take on the Gothic Knights out of the NJAC in a rescheduled game. Bearcats 11-3, having a great season. I think if they continue this in a top 4 finish, they can look to continue playing more basketball after the CUNY tournament.
Yep, and the Bearcats did a tremendous job of breaking down that press. They had separation in every phase and able to get a quality look there in Caitlin Rivera. Unfortunately, she was unable to finish, but a clutch offensive rebound will keep this the Bearcats' way. Spayu, step back, rolling around, no good.
Did not get the home team roll on that one.
No, it didn't, but we usually like to get them.
The ghost of the Arc Arena did not cooperate.
And Jada Rogers with a wide open three knocks that one down. Again, you need a defender on her. Definitely too quality of a look, but good job there by Rogers to take advantage of that. Millie Yee guarded by Rubisky. Now it's Francis Snyder in the corner. Feeds Spayu on the inside. Spayu, the up and over. Samir Ahmed, long two. Off back rim. So McEwen will slow it up for the Dolphins now. 16-point lead here on the Bearcats as Spayu and Rogers are tied up. Nice move there by Rogers to create the separation. Gets into the lane, and she finishes at the rim.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous part of the game. Obviously, Staten Island already has a big lead, but it could get worse.
Here's Millie Yee once again. Have yourself a day. Millie Yee, another three-pointer. 30-second timeout here coming. We'll be back in a few.
Back to action here. Millie Yee on fire. You know, a lot of athletes are very superstitious. If I'm Millie Yee, I get up the same time she got up today. I'd have the same lunch, have the same snack. I'd take the same train, and just keep it going because she is having a fantastic game, a career night.
Absolutely. Bearcats able to create a turnover there. Spyu on the inside, and she's fouled. Great ball movement there by Daniela Zerpolo, and a great job finishing by Melinda Spyu. She'll go to the line and make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, the one thing also you have to say about tonight, despite the fact that, we're down 13 points, just a lot of little things. A lot of little things are going right tonight. And it just really, really makes you feel good as we head toward the second half of the season.
Of course. And even if the Bearcats necessarily don't come away with a win, you can still come away with wins within this game.
Yeah, I mean, this game, again, it's hard to believe this is Staten Island's last time here in the Arc, based on what we know. I mean, it really is. But the Bearcats are just, they're doing very well. And, last year they had that great game against Staten Island. Perennially in history, it's always been Staten Island having the better numbers against the Bearcats when you look at the overall CUNYAC history in the last 30 to 40 years.
Mm-hmm. And not just for the basketball, but almost all the sports, CSI was a top contender within the CUNYAC conference. You can definitely speak towards the baseball side of things. So we were able to get them this year. But yeah, quality year in and year out when you're talking the Dolphins of College of Staten Island. McEwen.
She's had some really good baskets today.
Yeah, nice job finishing there at the rim by McEwen, cutting what seemed to be almost half court. A lot of momentum behind her, but able to control her body and finish with the layup. Bearcats looking to answer back here as Val Michi. Long three from Michi, no good. Offensive rebound, Snyder backing down her defender. Throws it up with the left, no good. Rebound, Rybisky. Arvello slowing it up at the top. She'll drive baseline on Snyder. That's going to be a blocking foul on Francis Snyder. It's going to be moving screen. Not necessarily a bad foul. It looked like Arvello had Snyder beat going baseline. Rybisky will inbound, going back to McEwen at the top. Straightaway look from three. Side out. Rebounded Spyu. High arcing pass to Snyder. She corrals that in transition. Layup off glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Zerpolo, and she'll finish it. 2 points for Daniela Zerpolo. It really just speaks towards her effort, and she's definitely one of the best offensive rebounders we've seen in a while.
Yeah, she is. She can play defense. She can score. She was a 1,000-point scorer at high school at Baruch campus, and she went to Staten Island, even played on their soccer team freshman year. They won the championship, and she went to the NCAA tournament.
Wow.
But she's an athlete, and like I said, she has really been a big spark plug ever she started playing for the Bearcats a year ago.
Definitely. And McEwen's fouled as she goes to the rim. It's going to be Amelia Yee, and McEwen will go to the line and shoot two. CSI, a pretty comfortable lead here. Can make it 15 points. Off on the first. And knocks down the second.
Bearcats need to be smart now. Steal.
And just as you said that, John, unfortunately, costly turnover there as Jada Rogers will take it the full distance, finishes with the layup.
Well, this is the part of the game now where fatigue is going to be coming into play. And your passes got to be a little bit stronger.
Yep.
Can't be slow because Staten Island, they've played a lot of players. Seems like everyone on their team has gotten good minutes tonight.
And they'll make you pay. With a little bit of sloppy play, they'll capitalize, but Melinda Spyu able to back down her defender. Nice post move there. McEwen looking to create some separation here. Arvello taking it. And she's fouled. Again, able to create a lot of momentum in that drive. A few subs here for CSI and Baruch. So Foster and Schmitter will check back in for the Dolphins, as well as Samira Ahmed for the Bearcats. Arvello knocks down the first. And she's good on the second. Elena DeMontro checking in for the Dolphins. Francis Snyder will take it up for Baruch. Munispayu fighting to get to the rim. She's fouled. And that'll send her to the line. Again, a lot of effort there, but Melinda Spayu, she was initially stripped of the ball, able to regain possession, dribble it back out, and then on her second attempt to go to the rim, she was fouled. So she will go to the line to shoot two. 1:17 remaining here in the third quarter. CSI leading 58-42. Spyu's good on the first. Second one rims out. Rebounded CSI. Schmitter at the elbow. Back out to Arvello. Three ball, no good. Rebounded by Francis Snyder. Snyder dished it out to Zerpolo. Zerpolo backing down Foster. Giving back up to Spayu. Back out to Zerpolo. Francis Snyder, dribble, pull up. Off front rim, no good. Rebounded CSI. Schmitter feeds Foster in the paint. Rivera giving some good defense there. Schmitter backing down Snyder in what's a little bit of a mismatch. Zerpolo working hard to corral that rebound, but this one's going to stay with CSI.
I think the refs were trying to discuss something with the shot clock.
Yeah.
It was an air ball, I think.
Arvello will go to Schmitter. Back out to DeMontru. Long two is good for Elena DeMontru, senior guard. Francis Snyder looking to finish with that layup as time was expiring. A little bit of contact, no call there. So after 3 quarters of play, CSI is leading 60-43 over your Bearcats. We'll be back in a few moments. So we are underway here in the fourth quarter of play. Game one of doubleheader between Baruch and CSI. Men's game to follow. Samir Ahmed. Long two, no good. Rebounded Arvello. And definitely stay tuned for the men's game. John, what time is the tip-off?
Scheduled for 7:30.
CSI good on that.
Bearcats 9-5, playing the College of Staten Island, which comes into the game at 6-10. Staten Island coached by T.J. Tibbs, back a big star in his day when he was with Staten Island, and hit a buzzer beater here. I think I remember, I think he hit a buzzer beater to send the game to overtime, and then he hit a buzzer beater, if I recall correctly, in the first overtime.
And a former Baruch assistant, I believe.
And a former Baruch assistant with John Alisi, and now has been at Staten Island and done a nice job.
Yep.
Very nice job, and he's come at the right place at the right time now with them, reclassifying to D2.
Definitely. So please be sure to tune into that one. Should start 20 minutes or so after the conclusion of this game.
It's really that cold.
Arvello will take it up for CSI. Dangerous pass there to McEwen. Three ball from DeMontru.
High
off
arcing
front
shot.
rim, yeah. McEwen cutting through the lane, and it's good. That's really been the difference, Sean. It's just CSI's found a way to be where they needed to be to score.
Yeah. Well, the one thing is that is when you start talking about higher level basketball, the Division 1s and 2s, their ability, their high basketball IQ to be at the right place at the right time, to make the cut at the right time.
Yeah. Everything just seems to be a little bit more in sync.
More in sync, a little bit sharper play. And you got to give Staten Island a lot of credit. They're really doing a good job in the inside.
And again, it's such a fine line sometimes when you're talking different levels, whether it be D3, D2. But exactly like you said, it's really the little things that kind of separates it down the stretch, and that's what will change the game over the course of 4 quarters. McEwen finds Schmitter. Schmitter unable to finish there. Rebounded Rivera. And Snyder will push it up past the timeline. Zerpolo, nice pump
play.
fake.
Oh, nice play, and then when that one-on-one, nice play, Zerpolo.
Really nice up and over move there by Zerpolo to finish against her former school.
She got that working in the sports information office, so I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's not just sports information. John does it all. Especially if we're talking soccer now. Francis
nice
Snyder.
Play, Francis.
Nice spin move there to get past her defender. Finish off glass.
Yeah, like we were saying before, a lot of little things tonight that they've been doing really well.
Yeah, really good thing.
Staten Island's very good, but the girls have, despite the scoreline, they've had their moments.
Of course. Francis Snyder playing like a big there, John. No call there. CSI bench calling for a foul. Millie Yee gives it back to Zerpolo. Zerpolo again, same up and over move, and she's fouled. So she'll go to the line. 7:16 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Bearcats will be going out to Staten Island next month. And again,
a little of that home-away flip-flop action.
Home and away, correct. Bearcats, as we mentioned, as of now, sit in third place in the CUNY Conference in a tie with Hunter, which when you talk head-to-head would put Bearcats right now in fourth place with Hunter having won the first head-to-head matchup.
And Hunter's coming off a 2019 CUNYAC championship on the women's side, if I recall.
Yeah, they did a nice job there. But, Baruch right now, the best winning percentage overall in CUNY women's action.
Which is great to see.
Yeah.
Shot clock winding down. Single digits now. Schmitter has to settle for a three. Off back rim. Goes off the stanchion. And this one will go back to Baruch. Snyder pushing it up. Back out to Spyu. Spyu pump fake. Spin. Step back. and just rolls out. And Spivey putting on the moves there, just unfortunately unable to finish. McEwen calling out the offense for the Dolphins, which at this point, it's a good opportunity in the game to practice some of the things you're working on or trying to implement into your offense, as CSI has a pretty comfortable 14-point lead.
Number 10, Jada Rogers, and number 13, Diana.
So Jada Rogers and Diana Tadaro will check back in for CSI. This appears to be closer to their starting five. So you wonder what they're going to run is Tadaro with the no-look behind the back pass. 3-ball, Arvello knocks it down. Real nice possession there out of the Dolphins.
Yeah, she's a freshman from Francis Lewis. One of the few misses by Yi tonight.
And here's Zerpolo, 3-ball, off left rim. Rebounded by Tadaro. McEwen looking for an opening, backing down Snyder. She'll go to Rogers. Rogers driving, back out to McEwen, created that separation they were looking for, and McEwen knocks it down.
Yeah, she's hit a few of those tonight.
In that exact spot. That's going to be a timeout by Coach Catrozos. He can't be too happy with that string of possessions. So Bearcats are going to talk it over as CSI leading by 20 now. 5:16 remaining in the fourth. We'll be back in a few. So we are back in action here. Just a little over 5 minutes remaining. In a game that has pretty much been CSI down the stretch in the second half. But again, a lot of good things you can take out of this game if you're Baruch. Melinda Spivey, long two, off front rim. Another offensive rebound, Zerpolo. A little too strong on her putback. Almost expecting a little bit of contact there. But this one's going to stay with Baruch. Zerpolo in the corner. They're going to call a walk. Again, a little bit of mistake there. As McEwen will take it up for CSI. Seeing both men's teams get ready here. It's always a pretty quick turnaround when you're talking the doubleheader.
Yep.
And Zerpolo creating some havoc on defense. And this one's going back to the Bearcats. So again, John, really speaking towards effort on both sides of the ball. You're not going to get more than what you're seeing out of Danielle Zerpolo on a nightly basis here.
Yeah, the Bearcats got to keep plugging away, try to get a few more baskets and finish strong. You know, build on some of the good moments you had today.
Yep. Take out some of the positives and really try to implement that when you're talking the rest of your CUNYAC schedule. Rebound, Schmitter.
Yeah, very quiet day on campus today. School starts on Monday.
Yeah, so not a full house here. I'm sure Friday you might see a little bit more of a formidable crowd. Here's Arvello off front rim. Another rebound, Snyder. She might be looking at a double-double. Seems like every time it's either her, Spivey, or Zerpolo with the rebound. Speaking of Spivey, able to finish on that layup. Now 3:42 remaining. Again, both sides just looking to put up quality looks. As their polo comes away with a steal. Really speaking towards their effort.
Nice pass.
And again, another offensive rebound. Nice. Polo, the putback is good. So, John, really making us look good as the broadcasters.
Yep, that's what we want.
But again, real testament to the amount of effort she puts in on both sides. Not only creating a steal, but able to finish on the other side on the second attempt. So she's got to be looking at a double-double tonight. So a few subs here for CSI. Tori Moylan, as well as Brianna Rubisky. Rogers set to inbound. She'll go to Rubisky beyond the perimeter. Giving to Arvello at the top. CSI bench calling out their play. Arvello rolling off the screen. Off glass, no good. Rebound, Spyu. Spyu pushing up quickly here. Floaters or polo. Splash. Again, it's really good to be able to know those different looks and have that finesse. Because you saw the paint was really clogged up there, so Zapolo just pulled up. Nice floater over the defenders, able to knock that one down. But it's a lot of awareness to know to do that. Moylan backing down Francis Snyder. Snyder no option but to foul in what was a mismatch down low against the 5'8 forward. And that'll send Moylan to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, I think if you're the Bearcats, you want to get this under 10. 14 points is a lot for 2 minutes. For a little over 2 minutes, but goal is to try to get under 10.
Yeah, and that's something that when an opponent's going back through your box score, to see a 10-point game against a Division II school at this point, definitely not the worst takeaway.
I haven't checked their roster to see how many players are back from last year. I know Tadaro, I recall her name from last year.
Yeah, definitely recognize Rubisky as well.
Yeah.
So definitely some familiar faces for the CSI roster, but you got to assume they've also had some transfers and, of course, new freshmen. Also now, when you're talking the marketability of the program, to come in as a Division II.
Nice, nothing but net.
Francis Snyder knocks that one down, and it looks like Coach Trozo is going to call a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, and nice job by Francis Snyder. And again, John, I think to cut this one down to a 10-point deficit would be a nice goal to finish this out with 2:02 remaining.
Yeah, I think so. Bearcats said have their moments, but this is a good Staten Island team. Certainly if they were not going to Division II, they'd be competing for a CUNY championship this year, looking at some of the players they have on their team. But Bearcats, just play hard these next 2 minutes.
Yep.
And let's try to close this out strong.
Absolutely.
Millie's wearing one black sneaker and one white sneaker. Maybe that's the secret.
I think that might be it, John.
So maybe when I'm having a bad day at work, I'll come in the next day, wear one white shoe, one black shoe. Maybe that'll give me a better time working in the office.
Never a bad time here in your office. Good vibes only, right?
Yeah, sometimes you got to, change the routine.
Of course.
Get into a new groove.
Definitely. Especially with the new year coming around. Tadaro trying to back down Millie Yee, unable to get that attempt as Moylan, long three, rolls out. Foster on what's the third attempt of that possession.
Yeah, that's where the height became a disadvantage.
Yeah, a little bit of a mismatch down low, which the Bearcats are used to. And they try to counteract that with athleticism. Zapolo unable to knock that one down. But again, at this point in the game, when you're talking fatigue and stuff, it's going to be harder and harder to really hold up those mismatches down low. But definitely can't knock the Bearcats' effort here. They're still playing quality defense. Ton of hustle on both sides of the ball. And that's going to be a turnover on CSI. Now we are underneath the 1 minute mark remaining. Bayou is stripped underneath.
Less than 1 minute now.
So Arvelo will slow it up for the Dolphins. This will likely be their last possession of the game. Bearcats looking for a stop and a score.
14 on the shot clock.
Arvelo off the screen. Side out. Rebounds Polo. She's going to push it up quickly. 28 seconds remaining. Floated over her defender. And unfortunately, they're going to call it charge. But John spoke towards her floater last time.
Yeah.
And again, once again, saw she didn't necessarily have the real estate to drive all the way. So she pulls up, knocks down a floater. Very limited contact, but unfortunately, they're going to ring up the charge and no basket.
Yeah.
In what has been definitely a career night here for Millie Yee and up there for Daniela Zerpolo against her former CSI women's basketball team.
Well, now it's time to start, when this game is done, focusing on CCNY and trying to get back into the win column.
Yeah, pretty quick turnaround, too, when you're talking a Friday doubleheader.
48 hours.
Here again at the Arc Arena, so be sure to join us. After 4 quarters of play, CSI Dolphins 74, your Bearcats 59. So we'll be back in around 20 minutes for the men's game of this doubleheader. Thank you for tuning in.